Alright guys, I don't know if I ever showed you this before. I don't plan on ever showing you all my guns, but I'll show you a couple that I use quite a bit when I'm giving classes. And that's about it. And someday I got to do a cleaning so I can actually demonstrate it when I do the classes as well. Because we clean them occasionally, but I go through some of it. But when they leave, naturally, they probably forgot it. So I'm going to have to do a video just for them. But, however, when I go to the range and we're doing some training, I'm talking basics now. First gun they're to use is going to be this little Ruger, single action only, 22. I keep the Magnum cylinder in it only because I want to have that little extra support in case we get carried away and they start moving the trigger around, if we have a misfire or for any accidents, if it's going to explode in the chamber within the cylinder, well, let it be a Magnum cylinder so the light loads are not going to do a whole lot of damage. So I use that. Then from there, I'll put them into that M&P 22 over there. Now before I put them into that one, because this has the same features, this is a mosquito, but this is a piece of shit mosquito that doesn't work. So, because of that, what I let him do is, there's no firing pin in this mosquito, by the way. I took the firing pin right out of it. So, what I do is, first, always check it, clear it, every gun, treat it as loaded until, always point in a safe direction, yada, 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 yada. Once the gun, I'm sure there's nothing in it, even though it's not going to fire, I'll give them the gun so they can go through some of the features with the gun and safely get used to using it, racking it, trigger, hammer drop, yada, yada, yada. Once they've accomplished all that and I feel comfortable with them, then I'll put them into the 22 for live fire. After that, we'll go up to the 357 Magnum. However, we use light 38 loads in it, just to give an idea of the kick between the 22s and the 38. So now they got a pretty good run on revolver, 22, semi, 22, revolver, 38, a little bit more kick. So that's where we're at so far. So anyway, once they've fired the 22 single action, once they've fired the 22 semi-automatic, once they fired the 357 using 38 light loads, both single and double action, then if I feel comfortable, and actually I won't even put them up into the 38 unless I feel comfortable with them, and naturally they feel comfortable, but I want them to use a little bit more than just the 22. I know NRA, that's use the 22, and I do. You know, we go through about 50 rounds with that. But I want them to, if I can, and they feel comfortable enough, and naturally if I feel comfortable enough doing it with them, I like to give them a little bit more of a kick so they have an understanding, so they don't go out and buy something thinking that all guns are going to be the same. So I try to step them up a little bit. So I'll put them into the 357 with a 38 in it. Then every now and then I may even let them tinker with this target pistol, which is another Smith & Wesson 22A-1, which is target, but because it racks a little bit differently than the others, I'll at least show it to them. And then I'll give them an opportunity of using either the FNS, FNX, the 9mm Beretta 92F, and we kind of take it from there, But again, only if I feel totally comfortable with them and if they feel somewhat comfortable. I'm not going to put a student into a situation that they're not comfortable with a weapon. So the little 25, they'll fire that every now and then. Especially the older women like this, and some of the older men that are smaller in stature have smaller hands because they have problems racking. So with this, naturally, because it's got the little pop-up barrel, it makes it easier for them. So the little 25. And then naturally Old Faithful over there, the 380, which is 30 years old. And Yeah, it's about 30 years old, close. And then naturally the 92F. This is an oldie. This is at least 30 or so. Well, let me see. I took that to the academy in '92, and I've had it way before that. So, I mean, that's an old piece. But these are a few of the guns. These are the ones I take with me. Now, not all the beginners use these naturally, but sometimes if I'm doing some type of an advanced class or an orientation class, sometimes they'll want to check a gun out before they buy one. And if I happen to have that gun, or maybe that caliber, or something close to the gun that they want, yeah, then at that point I bring the rest of these up with me, which is the Glock 40 TAC, the SIG P22640, the 92F, the oldie but goodie, the FN 45 Tactical, the FN S9. This is the Storm 40, the Beretta. No, I'm sorry, that's the FN 57. Here's the Storm 40 Beretta. Here's the FN X9. FNS, FNX, 25, the 380, the Browning double action, and the 22, and those over there. So these are all the guns that I use when I'm doing training or when I'm teaching a class, from basically the beginners up to the orientations or advanced classes. So that's about the only guns you're really going to see in my pistol collection. The other ones are for me, you know, and you see a couple of my rifles. But that's about it, guys. Catch you later.